Have you ever stopped to wonder just how incredible our planet really is? We walk on its surface every day, but Earth is packed with secrets and wonders that are just mind-blowing. Let's dive into some of the most fascinating facts about our home. The big blue marble we call Earth. First off, did you know that Earth isn't a perfect sphere? It's actually a bit squashed. Because of its rotation, it bulges at the equator and is flatter at the poles. It's what scientists call an oblate spheroid. So if you were to measure the Earth's diameter, it would be about 43 kilometers wider at the equator than from pole to pole. It's a subtle difference, but it's there. And speaking of our planet's shape, let's talk about gravity. We all know what it is, but did you know it's not uniform across the globe? Because of that bulge and variations in the density of the Earth's crust, mantle, and core, gravity is slightly stronger in some places and weaker in others. For example, you technically weigh a tiny bit less at the equator than you would at the North Pole. Don't go canceling your gym membership just yet. Though the difference is so small you'd never notice it. Now let's look up. Our protective shield, the atmosphere, is mostly nitrogen, about 78% in fact. Oxygen, the gas we all need to breathe, makes up only about 21%. The remaining 1% is a mix of other gases like argon and carbon dioxide. It's this specific blend that makes life as we know it possible. And what about the ground beneath our feet? The Earth is made of layers, kind of like an onion. We live on the crust, which is surprisingly thin like the skin of an apple. Below that is the mantle, a thick layer of semi-molten rock. Then, we have the outer core, a swirling layer of liquid iron and nickel. And finally, the inner core, a solid ball of metal as hot as the surface of the sun. It's this dynamic core that generates Earth's magnetic field, which protects us from harmful solar radiation. Without it, life couldn't exist. Let's talk water. Earth is often called the blue planet for a reason. About 71% of its surface is covered in water. But here's the crazy part, 97% of that water is salt water in the oceans. Only 3% is fresh water, and of that tiny amount, over 2/3 is locked up in glaciers and ice caps. That leaves less than 1% of all the water on Earth available for us to drink and use. It really puts the importance of water conservation into perspective, doesn't it? And those oceans are deep, really deep. The deepest part of the ocean is the Mariana Trench in the Pacific, and it's nearly 11 kilometers deep. If you were to put Mount Everest at the bottom of the Mariana Trench, its peak would still be more than 2 kilometers underwater. We've explored more of the surface of Mars than we have our own ocean floors. Just imagine the creatures and geological formations that are still down there, waiting to be discovered. Now for a shift in perspective, how fast are we moving? Even when you're sitting perfectly still, you're hurtling through space at incredible speeds. The Earth spins on its axis at about 1,670 kilometers per hour at the equator. On top of that, our entire planet is orbiting the Sun at a blistering 107,000 kilometers per hour. And it doesn't stop there. Our whole solar system is moving through the Milky Way galaxy, and the galaxy itself is flying through the universe. We are truly cosmic travelers. Let's go back in time. Earth is old, really, really old. Scientists estimate our planet is about 4.54 billion years old. We figure this out by dating rocks and meteorites. To put that into context, if you were to compress Earth's entire history into a single 24-hour day, the first life would appear around 4 a.m. Dinosaurs would roam from about 10:40 p.m. until 11:40 p.m. And all of recorded human history? That would fit into the last couple of seconds, before midnight. We're a very recent addition to the story of our planet, and our planet is constantly changing. The continents are not fixed in place. They're drifting on tectonic plates. This is called continental drift. Millions of years ago, all the continents were joined together in a single supercontinent called Pangaea. Over eons, they broke apart and drifted to their current positions. And they're still moving today, at about the same speed your fingernails grow. So the map of the world is a slow-motion, ever-changing puzzle. This movement is also what causes earthquakes and creates mountain ranges when plates collide. The Himalayas, for example, are still growing taller every year as the Indian plate pushes into the Eurasian plate. Here's another cool fact. Earth has more than one moon. Well, sort of. While we have our one large permanent moon, our planet also captures small asteroids that temporarily orbit us. These are called quasi-satellites or temporary moons. They usually hang around for a few months or years before being flung back out into space. So at any given time, we might have a tiny secret second moon tagging along for the ride. What about the length of a day? We think of it as 24 hours, but it's not exact. A day is the time it takes for the Earth to rotate once on its axis, and that's actually 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 4 seconds. We round it up to 24 hours for convenience, and the extra few minutes are accounted for with leap years. But the day is also getting longer, very slowly. The moon's gravity pulls on the Earth, creating tides and acting like a brake on our rotation. Every century, the day gets about 1.7 milliseconds longer. It's not much, but over millions of years, it adds up. Back when the dinosaurs were around, a day was only about 23 hours long. Let's talk about some of the extreme places on Earth. The hottest temperature ever recorded was in Death Valley, California, at a scorching 56.7 degrees Celsius. The coldest? A bone-chilling minus 89.2 degrees Celsius at Vostok Station in Antarctica. And the driest place on Earth isn't the Sahara, it's the Atacama Desert in Chile. Some parts of this desert haven't seen a single drop of rain in over 400 years. It's so dry and barren that NASA uses it to test Mars rovers. Our planet is a living, breathing, dynamic system. From the fiery core to the highest clouds, from the deepest trenches to the highest peaks, it's a world of wonder. Every rock, every river, and every gust of wind tells a part of its incredible story. The more we learn, the more we realize how much there is still to discover. Earth is not just a rock floating in space. It's our home, our cradle, and the only one we've got. Let's keep exploring it, understanding it, and most importantly, protecting it. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed learning about our amazing planet, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the wonders of our universe. See you in the next one.